Hi guys, today's workout we're going to do an upper body workout with no equipment. We're just going to be using some tins, in this case Heinz baked beans, we're not sponsored by Heinz, and also a bag with a couple of books to use as a weight. So basically just chuck a couple of books in here, basic Spanish. You'd think I'd be better at Spanish by now, but yeah, so that's going to be a weight. I've weighed this is about 8 or 9 kilo, so I'm going to be using that for some of the shoulder exercises, but what we're going to do is we're going to crack straight into it. Now I can't control the audio, so if it does get bad and someone's cutting their grass or something's going on in the background, then I'll just switch to voiceover, but I'll still do the exercises. Okay, so we're going to assume that you've done your warm-up. If you haven't, pause the video and then go and do the warm-up, then come back here and we're going to grab the baked bean tins and we're going to start with the I's, Y and T to begin with. This exercise really depends on the speed at which you're doing it. The slower and more controlled you do it, the more difficult the exercise. So here we're doing an I, Y and then a T. One of each is one set basically, and then we're following 6 of those for each arm. You can see here my back is kept fairly straight, the rest of my body is very still. I'm really only focusing on that shoulder which is pulling the arm. If the baked bean can is too heavy, you can always drop down to a tennis ball or something lighter, but as long as your thumb is always pointing upwards, you don't want to twist the hand so that the palm is facing down. This is quite a difficult exercise. Take your time on this because it's all about control and we're strengthening that shoulder, which is so important for paddle. Okay, for the next exercises we're going to do 2 together. We're going to do the half kneeling shoulder press with the bag, and then we're going to do the bent over single arm row from the wide position with the bag again. We're going to do 4 sets of these exercises with the break in between. Again, once you've seen the exercises, hit the pause button if you're doing it at the same time. For this shoulder press, I found it easier to have the bag on the front part of the arm, but as long as the arm is going vertically up, the knuckles are pointing upwards, and your torso and core are strong and contracted, then you should be doing the right exercise here. You want to be looking forward, not down, so your neck is straight and the rest of your body is in a nice balanced position. If you put your other arm out to the side, that will help keep the balance and keep your back straight at the top. Again, the exercise is about slow and controlled. If it's too heavy, then take a book out. If it's too light, then put something in the bag. So this is a good little bent over row variation. You can see that I'm starting with the bag wider. I'm just going so it just touches the ground, and then I'm pulling up with my elbow going vertically. My other arm is out to the opposite side, so I keep my upper back straight, and you can see that my posture is good. My feet both solid on the ground, and really I'm just working on my lats and my back, pulling that bag up and taking it back to the outside angle position. This is another one about control, so it's more important that you take your time and get the position right rather than rush this exercise and not have a good technique. Okay, so our next 2 exercises are going to be the push-up with the wide hand position and the tricep extension, and I'm going to use the bag for this. With all of these exercises, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can put a bit more weight in the bag, or to make it easier, take a book or take some of the weight out of the bag. Again, once you've seen these 2 exercises, pause the video and then catch up and we'll see you on the next ones. This is a good little press-up variation. The hands are a bit wider than normal. You can see that the elbows come out to the side, almost the opposite of that row that we've just done. So tricep extension now, I'm using my opposite hand to make sure that my chest is not going up, and you can see slow controlled speed, and the aim here really is to keep my shoulder stabilizing. Because the bag is unevenly distributed, it's also good work for my shoulder to keep that bag there. Triceps are doing the majority of the work though. So now we've finished that, guys, we're going to do the last set of exercises, which is going to be 2 exercises, which is going to be a plank dragging the bag across underneath you, and the second one will be a bird dog where you're on your knees and you're going for opposite arm, opposite leg. I'll show you these exercises right now. Again, pause off the exercise, get the 2 sets done, and that will be the end of our workout. This is a good little exercise, especially for paddle, because you can see that I'm having to keep a tight core, and I'm just doing a little bit of a rotation exercise as well, using my back and shoulders. I probably have my hips a little bit too high here, and that means I probably need to work on engaging my core a little bit more for this exercise.
This downward bird dog is a good exercise for core. I'm just really working on control. As you can see, I'm not going too high with my back leg because I don't want my back to tilt. I'm just really working on trying to improve this movement, mainly for myself, but also this is a good core exercise and coordination exercise for everyone. Yeah, so opposite arm, opposite leg, and a nice, slow, controlled tempo.
Okay guys, so that's the end of the upper body workout. I should probably also say that in your bag, you probably want to either wrap some books in a towel or have something that is either not fragile and not pointy, because you don't want to either break it or hurt yourself doing that. And if you've obviously got the weights at home, you can use those weights, but it's interesting using the bag because it's not evenly distributed, so you have a bit of work with stability, which is actually probably a good thing in this workout. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Please comment down below and I'll see you on the next one.